Hey guys, this is Hamon, and welcome back to Bytesize, a show where I review games that I take an interest in. They have to be old, they have to be new, they just have to be something I'm interested in. And today I'm going to be talking about Goblin Cleanup. This is essentially, well, if you've ever played the game called Viscera Cleanup, it's essentially that, just in fantasy, which honestly is okay. I'm fine with that. Like, it's a, for those that prefer fantasy over sci-fi or real life type stuff. It's very nice. Not really much of a story. The only thing that's established is that you're one of a crew of goblins that are tasked to clean up dungeons and such as aftermaths of battles and such have taken place. And so you have to do a bunch of tasks in order to do so. Now, honestly, it's good. I like it. I think I probably already said that, but just to reinforce that, it's good. If you're into these kind of games that you have to clean up stuff and all that, it's great. To get into it though, graphic-wise, it's interesting. Being it's fantasy, obviously it's not going to be like realistic and everything. So you have things like the dungeon aspect. It all looks really good, very dark, very dank in some places. In other places it can be very vibrant and alive type of things. The enemies that you'll find in here, because there actually are things in here that can kill you other than traps, are very interesting. Like, they're skeletons, and probably as we continue forward there's going to be things like monster plants, fishmen, other fantasy creatures, maybe even a dragon at one point. But it's all very nicely designed, very stylized. Even the equipment that you're using is very fantasy-ish, because you have like this little spike that you use to stick into slimes, which I will get into in gameplay. You have a little magical orb that for dealing with torches that has a little dragon-ish thing in it for that purpose, and various other mechanisms and all that can help or hinder you and all that make it all feel like it's a fantasy dungeon type situation. And so yeah, and to go off of that, going into the gameplay mechanics, Viscera Cleanup Crew, clean the mess. That's really it. Various ways to do that. Like I mentioned, you have the little broomstick thing that has a spike on it that you stick into these slimes that will act as the mop so that you can clean up the liquid messes and all that. Although you can also light the mop on fire so that you can, I guess, burn the messes. I don't know why exactly, but still, it's interesting to know that you can do that. You can also use the mimic chest that's nearby your equipment to clean up the physical viscera, because there's various little meat products on the floor that you have to pick up and clean up. And like I mentioned, the little orb with the dragon is basically for torches. I don't know if there's any other oh wait, no, it's not just for torches, it's for doing certain magical tasks that if you do it right, it will help you, but if you do it wrong, it will make it worse. For instance, there's a wall of vines, I believe, in the first dungeon that you have to clean up, that if you use it correctly, you can clear the vines that allow you to go through. But that's actually the tricky part, because technically, while you do need to go through, the actual level you need has to have it block off the path. So when you're leaving, you need to make sure that that is set to its correct level, or else, you'll have a problem. And the other problem, though, is that, like I mentioned earlier, you could die. And therefore, if you die, there's going to be a lot more to clean up, because you have to clean up your blood and your own viscera. So keep that in mind as you're going through. Now, obviously, this is the type of game that you can joke around with friends and all that, feeding them to the mimic or killing them with a trap accidentally, quote unquote, or just having a skeleton run into them, or various other silly ways that you can trick them into dying and all that, and thus making a bigger mess for you to clean up. But it's all in good fun. And so honestly, I definitely recommend this game. It is definitely worth checking out. It is available at this price and is on Steam currently. So that's really all I can really say about it. Again, recommend this game. Really good. I hope more people pick it up. It's a nice little change of pace from the realistic type stuff that they have for these kind of games. And so, yeah. With all that said, I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the game review. If you did, please leave a like, favorite, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. And I will see you next time. Bye! And you. There we go. Just sweep up all the dirty blood. Good for one more. Yep, there we go.